Still confuses me that we put him on the belt rather than the boot.
I know, right?
3 expansions in a row. It's been on the boots and now it's on the belt.
Nope. So for this one, if you don't have a hunter with barrage, a priest is actually really good as well because you can just talent into Halo. Um, when we get into the first room, there's the little yellow guys that, well, not yellow, but they have the yellow font above their head that you need to kill for your kill count. And they throw and buff the monkeys down below. So kill these two. Most tanks just kind of hit them and drag them up into the next room, and then you don't want to pop all your cooldowns yet because you want to save them for the huge monkey room. But do you see? I'll put a couple markers on a bunch of them. Do you see those guys? So if you just stand in the middle and barrage, or if you're a priest, you stand in the middle and you halo, you'll kill all those guys. And they do need to go down for, like I said, your kill count. Yep, see?
Also see, tank doesn't die.
Yeah, yeah.
And onward to the shittiest room ever.
Yeah. So you leave everything alone in this room. Yeah, I know. You wouldn't think Halo would work because they're high, they're flying, but yeah, that's the one time I use Halo in challenge mode, and then I change right back to Divine Star. So for this one, it's I actually will also use my little fear dude. I'll come and stand right here, and then I put my little fear dude down as a priest so he can scream everybody away from me if I need to. For a tank to have the horn of aggro all the things, it's amazing. You want to get on the barrels as much as you can, and and kill the group, because that is how you're going to do it. The tank's going to be kiting a whole lot. You're probably going to want some healing up if you have it. If not, just make sure you spiritual the raid, and really just make sure that you pop any cooldown that you have to keep the group alive here. Some people even lust on it.
By group. It's like by group she means the tank. Because if I die, everybody dies.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, pain sap them, just everything to keep them up. And the barrels are, once you get one, you can still cast on it as well, even if it's something where you're not supposed to be moving and casting. So I didn't know that until I started doing challenge modes. You want to need that trinket also, probably, if you are not sure about spirit, if you want to do these as your priest, if you don't have trinkets yet. So this is the gauntlet. Yay, gauntlet. Um, a lot of times people will just roar and get to the end. Tanks get aggro. Be careful of the bunnies that hold the bombs that blow up, because they will hurt you. They do the little hoppy thing. Can you see how this guy's doing a hop? And you see explosive brew. It stuns you. Like I intentionally stood there and got stunned. Yeah. Looks like he's giving bunny birth almost. So if you got a druid in your group, roar it right here is really good. Spirit Walker's Grace for Shaman is really good. Talented into the shields for speed is really good for Priest because then they have a shield and speed boost. Very important here to get the hammers too when they drop. So click on one hammer. Make sure you got a hammer. And you want to save the hammer buff for when in the middle of the fight. We're gonna kill them too quickly to really know. But when the ads come out on this fight, and do yourself a favor and figure out who is doing what when, because it sucks when you have a couple waves of ads and everybody uses their hammer on the first one. Then you're like, shoot, nobody has a hammer. So for this next room, if you wait, a lot of people used to invis past this room, and keep in mind you have to avoid the beer stuff. So if you can see where I'm running, yeah, you run straight from barrel to barrel and then hug the wall. You'll miss that entire pack, and then that's great because you can use your DPS potion on the final boss. Did you aggro them? Nope, you're good. Okay. No, you did aggro them. Alright, I'll AoE him.
Just bring him up here with the rest of them.
Yeah. So for this one, you want to tag these guys and bring them into the room immediately because of the RP that takes forever. I'm gonna line of sight these guys. Here they come. So,
Yeah, just take him back here.
yep. I'm gonna stack behind the pillar for these guys. Stunning is great here. I typically throw a capacitor to him down and then stun as many as I can. Same thing for chain your CCs. They'll start to heal each other otherwise, and it's a pain. This is definitely one of those things also where healers will change to their DPS spec for this. And if you can see where I'm jumping, I'm just used to standing here. This is like my quote-unquote spot for challenge modes. When the final boss comes out, if you just block the little guys from healing the boss, it's a Zerg tactic, basically. So, even to the expense of getting stunned yourself, because sometimes if you jump up to avoid getting stunned, the heal that they do is enough to screw you over. So, a lot of times people won't even jump to avoid getting stunned. They'll just stand here, so that way they just constantly block the heal for the guys. So before, pretty much right after the last pillar, because there's not a lot of healing that happens during this fight, as long as, you know, people don't stand in bed. They must not have the little guys in Heroic.
Oh, he's got bubble shield instead of heals.
No, gotcha. So there'll be basically like one spawns in the corner here, so if you stand in front here, it heals you instead of the boss. You know what it reminds me of in Mugushan Vaults, where you're on your way to Elegon, and you have the two red dudes that put that stone statue debuff on you that turns you into stone, and it's like that yellow line. That's what it looks like. So you'll have like one here, and then you'll have one here, and stuff like that. So if you have a hunter pet or something, you can also tell him to like go to a certain spot. That works as well if you have to. But most people just change to their DPS spec if you're healing for this last boss. So FYI. And I've done it where the DPS was so good I didn't need to change, and I've also done it where the DPS was pretty average. And by average, I don't mean bad, I mean just average. And I've had to change DPS, so.
You can also have your tank change to DPS rather than tanking because you don't take that much damage there at all. If
Yeah.
if you don't want a DPS, you can just heal the tank and DPS.
Yeah, it's very little healing that last fight. Alright, so the final one, Temple of the Jade Serpent.